Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanae and this is Unyan Beauty. In this video, we're going to be doing my monthly beauty faves and fails for the month of October 2020. I'm actually filming this video on November 1st. I had a bunch of stuff that was going on this past week, so I didn't have time to sit down and film it until today. But let's go ahead and get started. We have a pretty decent amount of products to talk about. First thing we're going to be talking about is foundation. This one is the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. It's actually a little sample size. I got this a few months back from Ulta with one of my orders. They sent like this big old pack that had like a bunch of different foundation samples, and this is one that was in it. I do not like the Shape Tape concealer. I bought that because Tati Westbrook said that it was like the most amazing thing in the world, and I'd seen some other YouTubers that I was following at the time also saying they loved it. I do not like the Shape Tape concealer. It creases, it dries, it cracks, it makes your under eyes look like a desert. I hate it, but I really did like this foundation. I've had this for a little while and I finally pulled it out and decided to go ahead and give it a try. The actual Shape Tape foundation, this is actually really nice. I have oily skin. This mattifies, but it doesn't dry out my skin. It leaves a nice, soft, semi-matte kind of a finish. Lasts all day. I really like the way that this one is making my skin look, so I've really been enjoying this one. The other foundation that I'm going to be talking about is from Phoera. This is kind of a rediscovered favorite. Not so much rediscovered as in I wanted to pull this out and get some use out of it before I didn't want it to expire or anything. I actually ordered this from Amazon, and the reason that I ordered this was from a Facebook ad. Sometimes those ads will get you and you'll end up with crap, but this one was actually a really good purchase. This is a soft matte long wear liquid foundation. It's full coverage. The shade that I have is number 106 Warm Sun. This is such a beautiful foundation. This is actually my cosplay foundation, and what that means is that this is the foundation that I pulled out whenever I was doing a comic convention or a costuming event and I needed my makeup to last all day. This lasts for hours. It leaves the skin nicely mattified, but it doesn't look too dry. It looks like skin. Even when you are outside doing an event and you're and the sun's hitting your face, it still looks like skin. It looks so nice. If I get to the point where my face is starting to look a little shiny, I just take this oil absorbing sheets. And the ones I like to use are from Clean and Clear. I just take a couple of sheets, dab it on my face, absorb and suck up all that oil, and my face and foundation looks exactly the way I did when I first applied this. So if you have oily skin and you're looking for something that's got a really nice finish, very long wearing, very skin-like, this is definitely one to pick up. And like I said, I ordered this from Amazon and this was less than $10. It was $9.99. The next favorites that we're going to be talking about this month are from Kimchi Chic. They are the Thaler Duo highlighters and the Thaler Duo blushes. There are 6 different duos in the actual blush collection, but I only picked up 2. I picked up the ones that I thought would work with my skin tone. I got Mercedes R and Cheeky. Mercedes R, as you can see, has this really beautiful kind of an orangey red coral side, and then this really deep pink. These are so smooth. They're very pigmented, so you just want to use just a little bit and kind of blend it in. And they're also matte. I love a matte blush. This formula is gorgeous. And then the Cheeky has 2 shades of pink. This one is more of a lighter salmony pink. This one right here looks like it's just a bright pink, but it's actually more coral. When you put this on your face, it's a very corally pink. It doesn't quite look the way that it does in the pan. Of the 2, the Mercedes R, this one is my absolute favorite of the 2. I really like these really pigmented deeper shades, but this one is really beautiful when you're just wanting a very light touch of color to your cheeks and you're not wanting a really super pigmented, heavy blush day. This is really, really nice. I picked up all 3 of the Thaler highlighter duos. I just thought all of them are beautiful. We have Saint Tropaz Glow. That's this one. This one has kind of a lighter gold in here and then a deeper gold. Love this one. Absolutely beautiful. And then this one is Aspen Glow. It has a really, really deep side of a really bronzy gold, and then this one's kind of a middle tone gold. This one is actually kind of a middle shade between this gold and the gold in the other palette. This one would be absolutely gorgeous on deeper, richer skin tones. Just absolutely beautiful formula. And then the last one is the Hollywood Glow. This one has kind of a pinky gold side, and then the other side is this kind of a lavendery purple. It's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna show you a little bit closer. That's what it looks like up close. This side is more pink and this side is more purple. I absolutely love this formula. Of the 3 duos, They're actually called Get Glow. The Saint Tropez Glow is my favorite. It's not too deep, it's not too light. It gives me just the right amount of gold, just the right amount of luminescence. Of all three, this one is my favorite, but I just absolutely love this formula in general. She did launch one more shade of the Thaler Get Glow highlighters. It's called Pearl. It's this really pretty white iridescent shade. Oh my god, it is so gorgeous. I do want to pick that one up. I haven't yet. I think sometime in the next couple of weeks I'm going to grab the one, because I also want to get one of her little light up mirrors. They're really nice. It's a mirror that has like LED lights on the outside, so when you light it up you basically have your own little beauty light surrounding your face when you do your makeup. I've been wanting to get that too, so I think the next time I do a Kimchi order I'm going to get that and that Pearl highlighter. But the next thing we're going to be talking about is the e.l.f. Jelly highlighter and the Jelly Pop Blush Flush highlighter. This one is in Jelly Pop Peach, I think it's what this one is called, and this one is in Dew. I picked these up during e.l.f.'s Labor Day sale. They were having like a 60 to 70% off sale, so everything was like an amazing discount, and I think these are only like $3 each or something like that, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab them and try them out. I didn't pick them up when they first came out because of course I have oily skin, so I was a little hesitant. I didn't know if these were going to be greasy or what the formula was going to be like. I'm trying to get more into cream and liquid type highlighters and blushes. You know, I've never used the jelly formula, but I decided to go ahead and give it a try, and you guys, I absolutely love this formula. It's all wiggly and jiggly in the jar, but as you can see, the Peach Flush, this is the Jelly Pop Blush. It's kind of a peachy, pink, bronzy kind of shade. I have oily skin. I set everything down with powder. For me, when it comes to a liquid or cream blush or highlighter, jelly formula, whatever, it has to blend over powder. If it doesn't, it's just kind of pointless for me because I cannot do my makeup in that set. Otherwise, I'll be greasy like after a couple of hours. This formula, both of them, the Jelly Flush and the Dew Jelly Highlighter here, they blend so nicely over powder. I take a little bit with my finger, I just dab it on and I blend it in, and it blends right in. It's not oily or greasy. It actually sets down so nice. Like it completely dries and just leaves this beautiful, glowy, natural finish to the skin. Both of these, I mean like both formulas, absolutely beautiful. I think there are a couple more shades of the Jelly Blush, but as far as the Jelly Highlighter, I think this is the only one. I'm not going to pick up any more because as you can see, there is a lot of product in this. It just takes the tiniest amount and you dab in your cheeks. This is going to last me like the next 10 years or so. I don't think I'm going to pick up any more of the shades, but these are an absolutely beautiful formula and I have been loving them. We have one more blush formula that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to move into a couple of eyeshadow palettes. This formula is from Wayne Goss. This is the Weightless Veil blush palette. I have two. There were 4 that he launched. I picked up the Vivid Azalea. This one, as you can see, is this really vivid lavendery type purple. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. This particular shade is like super pigmented. You want to take just the tiniest amount, dab it on your cheek, and then work and blend, you know, with that. If you just take it and just go right in there and just, you're going to end up with this gigantic deep purple streak. I did that the very first time I used this. I didn't realize how pigmented they were, and I put way too much on and just had this huge purple streak up and down my face. The second time I took just the slightest bit and blended it, and it's just so beautiful. The one thing about Wayne Goss, if you guys follow him, you know anything about him, with Wayne, it's important to him that the products work on mature skin. You know, a lot of the products out there are geared and targeted to a younger audience, women or men, you know, with younger skin. He wants his products to work on mature skin, you know, those of us that are over the age of 40 as well as younger skin, and it just looks so beautiful. It looks like skin. It blends so nicely and just sets down so beautifully and has like the slightest, not greasy, not super bright, not glittery, just the slightest hint of glow. The highlighter is called Pearl. The blush, it's called Shocking. You can actually do it 2 ways. You can put the highlighter on first and then blend the blush over it to give you added extra luminescence to the blush. Or you can do it like, you know, most of the time we do, where you put the blush on and then take the highlighter over your cheekbones. Either way, it's absolutely beautiful. The other shade that I picked up, this one is called Bright Poppy, and the shades are Sunny and Golden Glow. So Sunny is the blush and Golden Glow is the highlighter. Like I said, there were 2 others, but those shades were like a little bit lighter in tone, and I wanted something a little bit richer. The Vivid Azalea, that was the one that really caught my attention. I don't have anything like that in my collection, so I grabbed that one. But I really liked the pinky peachy tones in this one too. Exact same thing as the other one. beautiful, pigmented, slight glow. You can mix them, match them any way that you want to. These were $45. That is the most I have ever spent on a blush. The only other blushes that I have that are a little bit higher in price are from Cover FX. I picked up 2 of those. Those were $38. These were $45. Never have I ever considered spending that much on a blush. But guys, for me, these were 100% worth every penny. I do not regret it. Will I spend that much money on a blush in the future? I don't know if something else great comes along, but for me, these were absolutely worth the price. Now we have 2 eyeshadow palettes that we're going to talk about. I also have one more that's in my fails, but these are the ones that I absolutely love. This is the Glamlite Ice Cream Dreams palette. I actually just did a 3 looks. That one will go up after this video. The look that I'm wearing in this video is actually the 3rd look in that video, so definitely be looking out for that one. But this is my very first Glamlite palette. This formula is so gorgeous. First of all, everything that they do, it's just big and beautiful. The packaging is amazing. It actually came, I wish I brought it over here, but I have it over there. It's the PR box that it came in was a big ice cream truck, and you like lifted it up and the palette sat in the middle of it. Just gorgeous detail. And this formula is amazing. I also like the fact that they have this big mirror in here. So like if you don't have a mirror, you can actually sit this down on a table, you know, kind of like this, and you can see your entire face in this mirror. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. The formulas, oh my God. This has become one of my absolute favorite formulas in my entire collection. You guys know I have a lot of palettes. The mattes are so smooth and buttery. They blend so well and they're buildable. The pastel shades on the bottom, some of these, they're not as pigmented, of course, as the ones up here. You have to kind of build them up a little bit, but the important thing is that they are buildable. You know, sometimes you have an eyeshadow palette and they just don't build and blend on top of each other very well. These build very well. The only shade in this palette, though, that doesn't build up on its own very well is the Mango. That's one that you just really want to lay down a white base, but you lay down a white base first and every single one of these pastels is going to pop. The shimmer formula in this palette, oh my God. So buttery, so creamy. Glamlite has one of the most unique shimmers that I've ever used. Gorgeous, beautiful, creamy, rich, unique shimmer and metallic formulas. This shade right here, Lemon, I mean, oh my God, it feels like heaven just touching it. Do you see that? Oh my word. It is like liquid gold. I think I'm gonna do it in here. I'm gonna do it inside my wrist. You see that? It is seriously like liquid gold. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a couple more to show you guys. Let's swatch Birthday Cake and Strawberry Cheesecake. Oh my God. The pigment, the shine. Oh, I mean, look at that. This formula is absolutely amazing. Definitely in love with this palette, and I am definitely looking forward to trying some more Glamlite palettes in the future. Then we have the Milani Beautiful Nightmare palette. I just love this packaging. The black, the green, the silver. This was one of 2 Halloween themed palettes that they launched. The other one was called Fairy Lights, I think. That one was kind of a fairy iridescent, more pastel. I have pastels and iridescents. I don't really use those that much, so that palette didn't really speak to me, but this one was yelling my name. When you open it up, there is a mirror. It says Slither in the DMs, and there's like a snake right here, which I absolutely love. When I first got this, I thought that was part of the plastic that you peeled off, but then I realized when I peeled it off, it's actually on the mirror, so that's a really nice detail. And then this is the color story. To me, this is what a Nightmare Before Christmas Jack and Sally themed palette should look like. I have the Love Eternal one from Hot Topic. That's going to be my fails that I will show you in a minute. But this color story, I felt like if this one was in that palette, the only thing that's missing in this one is a pure white bone shade. If this had a bone white shade in it, my God, this would be perfect. This is not a Nightmare Before Christmas themed palette, but if it was, this would be a great color story. The Milani eyeshadow formula can be hit or miss. Sometimes they're really beautiful and blend very well and pigmented, and sometimes they're a little powdery and chalky. This one is definitely the first. All the shades in here blended so well. They're very pigmented. They're smooth. I very much enjoyed working with them. All the shimmers in here that I got to work with are really beautiful too. The only shimmer that I haven't worked with yet is this one, which is called Ill Will. It's that really deep duochrome blue shade. This is the only one that I haven't worked with yet. The other 3 I have, but they're absolutely gorgeous. I love this black shade. It is a true black. If there's one thing that we know, blacks can be hard to formulate. I have so many blacks in different palettes. Some of them are black and others, even though they look black in the palette, lean more towards like a dark gray. This is a true matte black. Just that shade alone, I absolutely love it. Every single shade in here was just beautiful. Like I said, very pigmented, blended so nicely. I absolutely enjoyed this palette. All right, let's move on to our fails. I only have a few this month. I have some other products that I'm currently testing that I haven't quite formed an opinion on yet. I'll probably be talking about those in my November faves and fails. We'll just have to see. But my first fail is the Love Eternal palette, which I just mentioned. This is from Hot Topic. I love the packaging. I mean, this is so super cute. As you can see, it's like 3D. These two stand up. The packaging aesthetic is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the reasons why I picked this up. When it comes to Hot Topic, it's like Milani, hit or miss. I have two palettes back here. I don't know if you can see them. This one right here, which is the Milan and the Supernatural. I have mentioned those many times. Those have some of the most beautiful, creamiest mattes and shimmers. Just an absolutely beautiful formula. The Moana one, which is right there, that also came from Hot Topic. You know, that's the complete opposite. I have talked about that before. This one leaned towards that one. Wasn't as bad, but pretty close. First of all, the color story to me, I didn't feel like this was a very good color story. That when I think about Jack and Sally, and I think about that movie, this color story isn't quite what stands out for me. This one called Dr. Finkelstein. It looks white on camera, but this is actually like an eggy taupe shimmer. I would have loved to have had this been a white matte formula. The black one over here called Master of Fright, that is not black. It looks black in the palette. This is actually gray. When you put this on, it's a dark gray. Not only is it not black, it's also very dusty and powdery. I packed it on and I had so much fall on my face. I mean, this was not a very good shade at all. Wasn't pigmented, wasn't black, didn't blend well. That was pretty much the case with every single matte in this palette. This was just not a good formula. The shimmers were very hard panned, not creamy, not smooth at all. What I actually managed to get out of the pan and on my eyelid was not very shiny. Just this formula, just altogether, was not good. When it comes to Hot Topic, this particular palette, this particular formula is a definite fail. Then we have the AOA Studio Clean Slate Primer. I got this from Shop Miss A. This one isn't horrible, but it definitely missed the mark. This one did not do what I needed it to do. This is supposed to be a lightweight primer that leaves a silky finish. It's supposed to blur. It's supposed to extend the wear of your makeup. It does not do any of that. As you guys know, the one that I really, really love is the No Pore Primer. That was in my favorites a couple of months ago. That one is amazing. I also got that one from Shop Miss A from AOA. Both of these primers were $1. The No Pore one, you put that on, it feels silicone-y when you first put it on, but then it sets down to this nice semi-matte finish that doesn't look dry. It blurs the skin so nicely. It makes every single foundation formula, no matter what kind I use, looks so nice when I blend it over the top of it. It's just a gorgeous formula. This one was not the same. In general, it's a different formula to begin with, but it just didn't do anything that I needed it to do. It did not blur the skin. It definitely did not extend the wear of my foundation at all. I felt like this one didn't do anything. The No Pore one, I'm definitely repurchasing. This one, I'm going to finish it out. I bought it, I do want to go ahead and use it up, but after I use it up, I will not be getting this one again. And the last fail, this is from Milani. It is the iTech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner in Black is Black. I picked this up at the same time that I got the Nightmare palette. I've been wanting to try the eyeliner for a while. They had a sale, so I went ahead and I grabbed it. I think it was like $5.99. It was regular price, it was like $7.99. In the actual video, when I first tried this, I said it was $10. It was actually $7.99. This is one of the worst eyeliner pencils I've ever used, or eyeliner ink pencils I've ever used in my entire life. This is just not good. The tip is hard. When if I do it on my hand, it seems like you get a nice amount of pigment. When I do it on my eye, it pulls, it drags, it skips. I literally am like taking it and feeling it carefully across the lash line because it just skips so bad. And the packaging. You know, normally when you have an ink eyeliner pen like this, you shake it up and you hear like a little clicking. And what that does is that helps the product to shake up and go to the tip. This one literally does not do. First of all, I mean, with this one you don't hear the clicking, and you have to like press it down to get any product to really come out. It feels like there's barely anything in this to begin with. This was definitely not worth the price. This was one of the worst formulas that I have ever used. Basically, this has just become like my daily eyeliner. Like if I just throw together a quick look and I'm not really trying to do anything special, then I use this one just so I can go ahead and use it up and get rid of it. But when I use this up, when this empties, I definitely will not be repurchasing again. This is just a really awful formula. And that was my monthly faves and fails for the month of October 20. If you enjoy these type of videos, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you could subscribe and join my little family if you're not already subscribed. And if you'd like to be notified of any videos that may be coming in the future, just be sure to tap the notification bell down below. You'll be notified each and every time. Be safe, guys. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.